They were visionaries, conquerors, and rebels who reshaped the ancient world. From the silent corridors of power to the roaring chaos of battle, these figures dared to defy fate itself. Who were they, and how did their actions echo across centuries? At number 10, Pythagoras, the numbers prophet, emerged like a spectral figure in Croton around 530 BCE, veiled in whispers of divine insight. He wasn't just a mathematician. He was a philosopher-priest, orchestrating a mysterious blend of science and mysticism that captivated his disciples. And then came his theorem, a stunning revelation that triangles held cosmic secrets, unraveling the mathematical tapestry of the universe.
Pythagoras' school wasn't just academic, it was quasi-religious, with strict rituals and a belief in the immortality of the soul.
But his radical ideas didn't come without peril. As awe turned to fear, opposition mounted. Exile became his fate, yet his Pythagorean brotherhood persisted, echoing his claim that numbers ruled the cosmos.
Fun fact: the Pythagorean theorem was known in Babylonian times, but Pythagoras made it iconic through his philosophy of harmony.
Next, Herodotus, the gossip king of history, roamed the known world from 484 BCE. His pen turned mere events into riveting legends, chronicling kings, battles, and lands, brimming with gold-digging ants. Critics derided his accounts as fables, but Herodotus was unfazed. "I write what is told to me," he declared, cementing himself as history's first showman.
His histories weren't just records, they were cultural tapestries, blending fact with folklore to captivate audiences.
Though polarizing, Herodotus's firebrand storytelling immortalized him, his name forever intertwined with the birth of historical narrative.
Here's a twist. Some of his so-called exaggerations, like the gold-digging ants, have parallels in real ecological phenomena.
Solon, the bold lawmaker, stormed onto the Athenian stage in 594 BCE, dismantling debt slavery and reshaping the city's foundations. The elites whispered treachery, but Solon was unshaken. He redefined justice, tearing tyranny apart to lay the groundwork for democracy.
Solon's reforms were radical, but his self-imposed exile preserved his impartial legacy in Athens.
When Athens faltered centuries later, Solon's voice thundered from the past, his blueprint a lifeline for a fractured city. In the chaotic theatres of Athens, Aristophanes took satire to incendiary heights, skewering gods and mortals alike. His 411 BCE masterpiece Lysistrata, Women Ending War Through a Bold Strike, was a cultural grenade, shaking both the stage and the political elite.
Aristophanes is the reason we still use the word clouds metaphorically, thanks to his infamous play mocking philosophers.
Despite threats, Aristophanes thrived, wielding humour as his unrelenting blade, leaving an indelible mark on comedy itself. And then there was Hippocrates, medicine's revolutionist born on Kos around 460 BCE. At a time when illness was blamed on gods, he dared to see logic in sickness. "Let food be thy medicine," he proclaimed, founding an ethical and scientific approach to healing.
Hippocrates' naturalistic theories were revolutionary, setting the foundation for modern medicine.
He defied ignorance and superstition, turning humanity's gaze from divine wrath to reason, forever altering the course of health and healing. Pericles, the visionary ruler, rose to power in 461 BCE, commanding not just Athens, but its heart and soul. With unwavering conviction, he spearheaded the construction of the Parthenon, declaring, "Let future generations marvel at what we built." This was more than leadership, it was a transformation of a city into an empire of art and intellect.
Pericles' policies made Athens the cultural and intellectual hub of the ancient world.
Yet ambition has its costs. Rivals' resentment flared into the Peloponnesian War, and as plague ravaged Athens, betrayal and despair followed. In 429 BCE, death claimed him, and with it, the brightest light of Athens' golden age dimmed.
The Parthenon stands as a lasting testament to Pericles' unparalleled vision.
Meanwhile, Archimedes, the wild genius of Syracuse, turned science into sorcery in 212 BCE. As Roman forces loomed, he crafted levers, pulleys, and even a fabled heat ray, transforming his city into a battlefield of innovation. "Give me a place to stand," he declared, "and I will move the earth." His inventions held the Romans at bay, but his restless mind was always beyond the fray.
Archimedes' mechanical brilliance didn't just save Syracuse, it laid the foundation for modern engineering.
Lost in thought, he was slain by a Roman soldier who failed to grasp the genius before him, his story echoing the tragic clash of brilliance and brutality.
Legend says Archimedes' last words were a plea not to disturb his mathematical work.
Next came Plato, the philosopher of dreams. In the wreckage of Athens, he forged a path of hope, founding the Academy in 387 BCE. There, Plato taught Aristotle and envisioned an ideal state, a daring counter to the chaos of his era. His works weren't just philosophy, they were blueprints for a better world.
Plato's Republic was a revolutionary challenge to the fractured politics of ancient Greece.
Though dismissed by skeptics, Plato's ideas endured, shaping the foundation of Western thought and guiding centuries of minds toward unshaken ideals. Then came Alexander, the storm of the East. In 334 BCE, a young Macedonian king crossed the Hellespont, hungry for conquest. Persia fell, Egypt hailed him as a god, and at Gaugamela, he shattered empires with strategies that redefined warfare. At Tyre, he built a land bridge to crush the unconquerable.
Alexander's Tyre siege is still studied as a masterpiece of military engineering.
But ambition burns quickly. At just 32, death claimed him, leaving a fractured empire but a legacy of East and West united under a single vision. Finally, Socrates, the martyr of thought, roamed Athens in 469 BCE, challenging all with questions that pierced the soul. "What is justice?" he asked, dismantling answers with relentless precision. His defiance brought enemies, and in 399 BCE, Athens condemned him for corrupting the youth. Offered exile, he chose death, declaring, "The unexamined life is not worth living."
Socrates' choice cemented his philosophy as an enduring symbol of intellectual bravery.
Drinking hemlock, he became a martyr for reason, his legacy immortalized, inspiring thinkers through eternity. And there you have it, my list of the top 10 most fascinating historical figures throughout Greek history. If you enjoyed this content, you may also like this video on the entire history of Greece in less than 18 minutes.